Good morning. This is Adam, and I'm back with yet another episode. It's been a while of the Shade Tree Mechanic Texas Edition. And today's video is going to be a little bit of a short one. It's a pet peeve video. I have, in my little over 6 years of doing buy, sell, trade, repair, and service of yard equipment, come across some things that can really drive you nuts when you are trying to be a decent, reputable yard equipment repairman and mechanic. And one of the things that drives me nuts is someone who proclaims to be or professes to be a small engine mechanic, and they will inevitably find shortcuts to try to make things work when they don't understand a problem, instead of reaching out to someone who might know more than them and help them to do things the right way. So, that being said, let me show you what came into my shop this week and get your guys' thoughts and opinions on it. So, if you want, you can feel free to leave comments. But this is what I found. So, a lady brought in this Ryobi weed whacker to a gentleman in a town nearby and had it worked on for her husband. And when he got it back, it was not working. It would not fire, and the primer bulb would not prime. And the primer bulb thing may not have been this gentleman's fault, but this most certainly is. So this right here, for those of you who do not know, is the coil starter for this weed eater. And this hooks up to the spot right here and interacts with the flywheel to create the spark for the spark plug. So this person, whoever it may be, for some reason has decided to remove the electrode boot by cutting it off, and they installed this little spring, which happened to be approximately the correct diameter for the receiver on the spark plug there. And so they attempted to do a repair in this fashion for who knows what reason, and ended up screwing this thing up so badly that this, in this condition, will never send a spark to the spark plug ever again. There is absolutely no continuity in here whatsoever. It looks to me like they took this nice pointy end right here of this, what I can only assume is some sort of spring, and they either put it into a vise or took some heavy duty pliers and pinched it in to where it should make contact with the copper wire that is inside here. You can kind of sort of see it. But in doing so, they ensured that this would never work again. And instead of recommending a new part, if that was in fact what was needed or anything like that, they attempted this type of jerry-rigging in order to fix the problem that they supposedly found, thereby creating an entirely new problem or continuation of the old problem. And instead of doing their due diligence and letting the customer know that for whatever reason their machine was not working the way it was expected to, and they would not be able to repair the issue with the equipment that was at hand, they did this instead. And that kind of shoddy work, point blank, drives me crazy, because we who try to do the right thing, it makes our jobs harder. You know, I was doing shade tree mechanicking for, like I said, for a little over 6 years. And if I didn't know something, I would seek out the information. If I had any questions whatsoever, I would always ask someone who is more knowledgeable than myself, whether it be online sources or if it was someone who I knew in the business. That is the responsible thing to do. So if you are inclined to think about jerry-rigging, you're doing yourself and the community who does repairs at large a very big disservice, because you are making it to where we are not going to be looked at seriously in this field that we have chosen to get into. So please, please do not jerry-rig if you can at all avoid it. On top of that, the other reason to not jerry-rig is very simple. There's a legal aspect to it. If you decide to do some jerry-rigging on a piece of equipment and it results in a bad outcome, either you destroyed the equipment in the process of doing whatever you're doing, or it ran, but it didn't run according to the legal safety laws and stuff like that pertaining to it. Let's say, for instance, another one would be bypassing a kill switch, a safety switch on a rider. You can and will be held liable if someone decides to sue you over such a thing. So do yourself a favor and do the community a favor. Don't mess with your reputation, don't mess with the community's reputation, and don't leave yourself open for legal liability should something go wrong because of something you chose to do because you didn't know exactly what to do for the problem that you encountered. Always, always want to seek out assistance. Find someone who knows more than you. Information online helps a lot, but always seek out someone who is a little bit more knowledgeable than you. Protect yourself, protect your livelihood, protect the community at large. That's all I want to say. This is Adam for the Shade Tree Mechanic Texas Edition. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please take my advice seriously, and God bless.